Hey guys, welcome to Reddit Brew. Today, I will be reading in the r/JUSTNOMIL subreddit, so let's jump into it. My mother-in-law says I use anxiety and PTSD as an excuse. I have suffered from severe PTSD and anxiety for years from childhood trauma. One of my biggest triggers is people coming from behind me and touching me, especially around my waist. I have been in counseling for years to help, and I let anyone close to me know that this is a trigger and to please not do this. On Saturday, we were at my in-laws to celebrate my 6-year-old sister-in-law's birthday. We were all having a good time, and I was enjoying being around the kids. Suddenly, I felt someone grab my waist. I freaked out a bit, but managed to keep calm and ask the kid not to do that again. About 10 minutes later, another kid grabbed my waist from behind, causing me to become a lot more anxious. I decided I should go sit for a while in the guest room to calm myself down. When I came back out, my sister-in-law came from behind and grabbed my waist. I began to cry because I was officially triggered at this point. Then I saw my brother-in-law, 29-year-old male, at the end of the hallway laughing. Why are you guys laughing? We didn't know it would be so easy to make you cry. We're just having fun. Touching my waist is not a joke. It's really stressful for me, and I've told you all that. You know what? I think we're going to go home now. I went out to the front to grab my husband to leave, and my male pulled me outside to talk. I thought she was going to try and calm me down, so I went. What happened? My guess is brother-in-law told the kids it's funny to grab my waist. They're just having fun. Why do you have to be so controlling? It's really stressful for me. You all know about my PTSD. He's not respecting my boundaries. Every time you don't like what someone's doing, you're saying it's disrespecting your boundaries. It is disrespecting my boundaries, but I have been going to counseling so that I can cope through my triggers better. Don't you see that you're using your anxiety as an excuse to manipulate people? They're kids, and they're just having fun. You don't need to cry about it. My anxiety isn't an excuse, and it's not something to play around with and have fun with. I'm sorry, but I think we're going to leave early. We haven't even had cake. You can't leave. I went and found my husband and my father-in-law in the garage. They asked me if I really wanted to leave or if I just wanted to hang out with them. I decided to stay with them, and they set me up a spot with my back against the wall so that no one could come up behind me. I think it started a fight between my in-laws because my father-in-law was pissed. He's so understanding and kind about how everyone else was acting. Him and my hubby apologized to me, and I ended up having a lot of fun watching them work on their cars. I think I'll just hang out there anytime we go over from now on. Bonus, I still got cake. Update, selling all of the baby stuff. I made a post a few weeks ago about how my brother-in-law used children to cross my boundaries, and my male said I'm manipulative for being upset. When we got home, I talked to my husband about going no contact with Mill and his siblings for a bit. To my surprise, he said that he's been doing that for years. I had a eureka moment and realized that that's why he only stays in the garage with Phil whenever we're over there. I feel like an idiot for not noticing. So, long story short, we are currently no contact with everyone but Phil, and Mill is losing her mind over it. Phil let us know that he will deal with that and make sure our boundaries are kept from his end. I mentioned in one of the comments that I feel like an incubator for her future grandchildren. Anytime we get into a fight, she buys something really expensive for our nursery. My husband and I don't plan on having children for at least a few more years. She also grabs something small almost every time she goes shopping. We have an entire room full of baby stuff, mostly girls' items that we don't have use for. I also don't even like most of it. It's all in the style she likes. My husband and I were thinking about what to do with it all, as every time I look at certain items, I remember the argument and how bad it got. I don't want them. I want to be able to pick our own items when we decide we want children. I thought it would be rude to sell all of these things, but my husband said that we should just sell them and go on a nice vacation. I agreed. So here I am, taking pictures and listing them. It's kind of frustrating. I wanted to take it all back and give it to her, but my husband said that we just get it all back as soon as I get pregnant. Father-in-law even told me it's okay to sell them, but it just makes me feel weird, making money off of things she bought. I tried to donate them, but our local thrift store said they don't need any baby items. So I guess this is the only way to get them out of my house. Edited to add, hey everyone, thank you all for giving me the idea to call a women's shelter. I scheduled an appointment with them to come take a look at our stuff, but she let me know that they don't need big items, just incidentals. The daycare said they don't accept donations, so I'm going to go ahead and sell what they don't take. Edited to add too. I was able to get in contact with our local shelter and give them a bunch of small items I had gotten over the years. The woman who runs it put me in contact with the local social worker, and I found a few young ladies to take the rest of the items too. I am so thankful to finally have that bedroom cleared out. Mill found out that I got rid of all the baby stuff. I'm not sure how, but we live in a small town, so the gossip mill is always running. She called my mom hysterically, asking her to help her mend our relationship. She said she feels like we're rejecting her at every turn and wants to know why. She said she is willing to do anything to have us back in her life. My mom said she would think about it and get back to her. I am willing to give Mill a second chance. I want to be on good terms for Phil's sake. But if she refuses to respect boundaries, then she can forget about having a relationship with us. I'm so glad that OP has such a great husband and father-in-law. I found it funny that her husband, unbeknownst to her, already went no contact with his toxic family members. Smart man. I feel bad for Phil. He seems way too good for Mill, but I imagine he stays with her because they have a 6-year-old. I do think it's a good idea for OP to stay no contact for a bit. It does actually seem like this Mill could change, with the wake-up call that if she stomps on boundaries and calls people names, then she will be cut off. The only person I think they'll need to cut out for good is brother-in-law, which there is a possibility he could change too. He is only 29 after all. But anyways, that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed that Just No Mail story with the updates. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do. And I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye!